Good morning. Thanks for being here. We have 6 officers and 3 members from the committee, so we have a quorum. Take a chance to read over the minutes of the meeting. And in about 2 minutes, we're going to let Joanne show us a video of the problem.
We have no minutes.
No minutes.
Where are the minutes?
No minutes from the previous meeting.
What meeting are we in, Frank?
It's just the bids and
Oh, Donald, I'm
Infrastructure
sorry, Donald,
plus-
Donald.
the officers combined committee.
Okay, Donald was going to type up. 1 minute.
If he's still on the sick list, it did not happen. We're just
I
gonna
know that,
go with
that's something,
that.
that's why you don't have minutes. All right, so you want to proceed?
Yes, please.
Recording?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the video from Anchor Marine.
Everybody aware what you're looking at?
Nice.
Corrugated sheet.
You're looking at a drain pipe that's supposed to flow water that's full from bottom to top. Completely full. Pictures are being taken by a scuba diver.
And where is this located?
Yeah, there's a map. There's a map. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. It goes from Elgin Street to just the edge of the property, so there's all central, like 200 feet.
Those things that you see are actually bubbles where the water is actually bubbling out of the cylinder underground and escaping into the dirt. That's how much water is in there.
Oh, there we go.
That was a shark swimming by. It was a catfish.
You're pretty healthy.
It was a nice catfish, yeah.
You can see the water bubble. Is this like the first time in 50 years that we've seen this?
I think Donald said this was one of the worst ones he's ever
Yeah.
put somebody in, yeah.
This is not an overnight thing.
No,
Was the roads of corrugation.
yeah.
Mhm.
You get the drift?
Yeah.
Oh, see.
Water and sand bubbling away. Spaghetti's on the side.
Heating. Aisle.
It needs to be addressed.
Does anybody need to see any more of this? or-
No, I think.
Is this supposed to drain into the North Canal?
Yes,
Okay, and what's happening? It's gonna come up right under
the street is actually collapsing there. It's been collapsing there for 5 years or more.
So this is.
If you would look at the pictures on the back, you'll see that.
Yeah. that's what I-
I looked at my magnifying glass.
At the end of 10th Street by the North Canal. There's two ways to repair it. One is to dig it up and replace it, or to sleeve it, right? David,
Leave or leave? What is
Here's the quote that we got.
the quote that,
Well, I forgot what I read, but I think,
Yeah,
I don't know if I could see it.
it does say, yeah, it's going to, intake, to clean out and re-sleeve 200 foot of culvert pipe on Kent Street, going from the canal to the south with new HP pipe. Then they're gonna route the new pipe to the drain box. But under the street, that's where the drain.
I think that's what we got an estimate for. So that's what we're doing.
yes,
What,
that's the work order, yes.
how much smaller is the sleeve than the existing pipe for?
It doesn't narrow it by very much.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't go from this big to this big,
Right.
and that should last forever, pretty much.
Nothing lasts forever, but what is it?
This is a proposal for the sleeve.
This is the proposal, yes.
All right, I'll make a motion. And we can discuss.
And we only did go to one bidder because of the time of essence program.
Right.
And there's not a whole lot of people that actually do this type of work.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to make a motion to
I'll
accept,
make a motion to accept, oh, I'm sorry, were you talking?
Well, I'll
Who made
second
the motion? You second.
All right, either way.
He had made the motion. But
Oh,
that's,
I apologize, I second.
I make a motion, we accept this bid as stated.
Okay. It's a necessary thing.
Dominic and I, 5 years ago, went out there and we were telling him that the road was sinking. And we actually took measurements and we've been keeping track as to how much further down it was going.
Do you want to be more explicit on that motion for?
Nah,
Are you
it's fine.
keeping the vote?
yes, I
Yeah,
will.
he's writing the motion, so.
Okay. Motion is to accept the bids from Anchor Marine for $52,750 to repair the sleeve on 10th Street to the pole as per quoted.
When will this be done?
As soon as we get a check
Yeah,
to
I
their,
think it's a.
Yeah, I would say it has to be done ASAP.
Yeah.
It is, there's no doubt about it.
Where will the money come from?
this will be coming from the reserve.
Mhm.
The pool that reserves.
Infrastructure.
Well,
Infrastructure.
I know everybody has a bad word about pooled reserves, but it still is a reserve. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter where
Yeah, yeah.
it's coming from.
Well, I don't care as long as it's done.
Right.
It's just,
People get hung up on that title and I don't understand that.
it's imperative to do it.
Okay, call for a vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Furness.
Yes.
John Gregg is not here. Richard Handelsman,
Yes.
Barry Sutton.
Yes.
Dominic,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yeah.
Fausto,
Yes,
Patricia,
Yes.
Joanne,
Yes.
myself is also yes, so it is a unanimous.
Good.
And we will go from there. That's the only thing that really was on the agenda for today, and the reason Donald wanted this done today was so that we can get a check to them as soon as we can.
Absolutely. We all agreed on that.
That's all that I have for that project.
Okay.
We have a short time for open discussion. Anybody have anything to bring up? Yes,
Those of you who were at the last finance meeting, there was an argument about how much reserve should be set aside for the roads. And Donald asked me to ask Dominic if it could be brought up here to discuss, not necessarily to order or get a firm to do a road status survey and come up with a figure that we could use later. That's all I have.
Well, what, if that's what you want, you have to make sure that's put on the agenda,
I emailed twice, I emailed October 1st.
okay? You have to make sure that it's on the agenda.
All I can do is email it. After that, I'm not gonna push it, people, and
Okay,
post.
I understand what you're saying.
In other words, it's not on
Just
today.
let you know what happened at the last finance committee meeting.
Okay.
Anything else?
If I could, I'd like to get it onto the, well, I'll wait till the next finance committee. Can I ask it be put on the next bids and acquisitions agenda?
Yes, you can.
Donald, if you told Donald, he probably forgot because he hasn't been.
No, I emailed everyone in the committee and the chair,
Okay.
so, but I don't.
I'll take care of it to see that it's on the next agenda.
That's all right.
Alrighty, that's it for me.
And you want a proposal for an engineering study? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Yes.
the minutes, perhaps the minutes of the finance committee would be more specific. There was an argument, as far as I'm concerned, just over terminology and pooling, as you said, it's ridiculous to me.
Well, sometimes the questions we ask are not the,
Well, the questions weren't, no, but all right.
I think the question that was being pondered was, how much longer do we have a life, and longevity of life of our current roads,
Right.
right? That's what we're looking for,
We should.
right? How much longer before we have to do the roads? That's the question.
Yeah,
And how we'll do it, you know, there was a time not all that long ago that the reserve amount for that was reduced with the thought that we would just put another coat on top. And, you know, I remember back when we did the last paving, there was so much of an uprising over the reflective cracks, which are gonna come through again, you know, so if we do a study, it would be good to have it be comprehensive enough as to recommending whether another coat on top or whether we need to assess it to see where we need to improve the foundation underneath it.
We have that study.
Okay, and because, you know, we've got to remember that putting coats on top sooner or later, you know, it's harder for that road system to be the drainage system from the surrounding area. It builds up faster than the edge.
There was a study done,
Okay,
and there is a section of road that has no base.
right.
That road would have to be brought all the way down to dirt,
Mhm.
compacted, crushed stone, etc., base, and then blacktop.
Yeah.
Now, there was one area that was
Wasn't
picked
that
up.
bad.
Now, since we have that original study, do we need, what are we looking for? A brand new study completely or to update? I'm just asking.
Update if we've already had.
You can't go over what's out there. Originally, when they did it the first time, considering I'm female, so I'm not recognized, I said, how are we gonna fill in those cracks first? Are we gonna not just gonna do the top? If you go over something with a crack, eventually the crack is going to.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't,
So you really can't keep putting fillers of, you can't. You really need to go down to the bottom and really fix it the way it should have been. But unfortunately, here in Century Village, the majority of people don't know what they're voting for. They just say yes to everything and then they complain later. And that's the sad part. Nobody looks into what it is, what you really need, how to really fix it. And they just say, yeah, okay, well, you can't always look to save money. You have to do it right. Maybe if it's done right, we wouldn't be doing it over again 5 years later.
I couldn't agree more with you in both respects. The fact that, you know, the people who paid attention knew what we were getting when we just put a coat on and that the cracks were going to come through. Because, you know, asphalt as a product, it has no structural capability. you can go 6 inches thick. And if you don't, you can see on the edges, some places where we've gone thick next to some of the drainages
Mhm.
or whatever, it'll just crack right off. So yeah, and so, to go back to your point, it is, let's just update what we've got, with I assume the same company, but that's just my.
But also realize that, like everything else in life,
You get which people.
you're going to pay a lot more than we did.
Yep,
I don't know what it was, 5, 6 years, and people have to understand that, like when I talk about getting new buses, it's gonna be more money.
Yeah.
So it's the same theory. Okay, so I think we should move on with this, I guess.
Yeah, will, after they re-sleeve it, will work need to be done on this section of road?
Most probably, yes. They're gonna probably have to
Because.
blacktop it again because the grade is.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
So we have to realize that we have different areas. And what do you want to look at? Do you want to look at the main roads or do you want to look at the roads off of the main roads?
That's,
Because the main roads are not really in that bad of a shape.
No,
It's the second, that's the.
it's the
off
offer,
roads.
it's correct.
My only recommendation is that if we do this, that we get an engineer who is also not aligned with an asphalt dealer.
Yes,
Correct.
absolutely.
Because the last time we had it done, we had the core samples done and it was done by somebody that was actually in the asphalt business.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that doesn't make sense.
No, it does.
Very good. Yep.
But I will see that it gets in the minutes on the agenda for the next bid submit.
thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Unless you guys have something else.
Okay.
Anything else to?
I move we adjourn.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you all for
Thank you,
being
Joanne.
here.
Is there another meeting that's?
No, it's all one.
Oh, that was great.
Yes,
We should
yes,
stop recording?
yes.
That was great. This is good.
Yeah. Hey.